Oh, we're not monsters. We're moral people. And yet we have the strength to do this. This is the splendor of our achievement. Call down the airstrike with a poisoned kiss. Greetings, good evening, guten Abend, Damen und Herren. How are you? It is good to see you. It is good to be seen by you. I am the one and only Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, and welcome. This is our show. This is the thing that we do 5 nights a week. I stream classic tabletop RPG stuff, sometimes new tabletop RPG stuff. Sometimes we have guests, all times we have fun right here on the show, and it is brought to you by our friends at Hellabard Games. Hellabard makes the kind of adventures they'd like to play, whether it's for the OSR, for Castles and Crusades, or for 5th edition. Old School is in play at the table with Hellabard Games, and you can find them on DriveThruRPG or on their website, linked in the description below. We have got some fun for you guys tonight. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We are going to be playing. We are coming close to wrapping up the last of Kyle Schuant's most excellent conflict campaign. We're going to roll some credits for that here in just a few minutes when I bring Kyle on. It is a really cool, tight little role-playing game, and I highly recommend you pick up a copy. It's quite fun, and it's everything in a single booklet. Right now, although I am made to understand he's working on some armor/vehicular rules, I can't wait to see those myself. But anyway, so he will be joining us. John Stewart Keller, have fun, man. That sounds like a blast. Michael Mertig, Cooperative Waffles. Robert Phillips, Collecting Chaos, Overhill and Overdale. It's our friend Michael Dale. That was a lot more poetic in my head. Paint Minis Live is both here and he'll be there in just a few minutes. That is Bill T, who will be joining us at the table. So tomorrow night, we do have a guest. That is one Mr. Timothy Imholt will be here, and he's going to be bringing his financial acumen to talk about the financial woes of Wizards of the Coast. And then Friday, the night after tomorrow, guess what? We're back to the gaming table because I'm bringing you guys some classic Gamma World with a great bunch of players. They're going to be here. And then I might make a guest appearance a couple of places on Saturday. That's right. That's right. Early Saturday afternoon, I'll have the links up for you guys. Early Saturday afternoon, I will be doing the Nerd Council of Doom, myself, Dungeon Minister, and Yang Yan Zhao over on Dungeon Minister's channel. We're going to be talking about the nerdy news that you guys love, pop culture sensibilities set to be stunned. So we're going to do that. And then a little later in the evening, immediately following that even, I'll be over on Nerd Cognito. I will be guest hosting the Speakeasy over on Nerd Cognito. I am very honored and excited, not just a guest, but a guest host. But I will be quiet, and I will let them do the talking. So that's pretty hype. That's pretty hype. Michael, I'm gonna let Kyle fill you in. We're in Frankistan, still in Frankistan, eating sand, shooting bad guys, recovering from being shot by bad guys. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to let Kyle get onto that with you. But guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, tell me what you like about it, and we'll do more of it. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down, leave a comment below and tell us what you didn't like, and we'll see about doing less of it. But regardless, do leave a comment. And if you haven't already, click the subscribe button and the bell icon for notifications, because gosh, it sure makes it easier for you to find out when and where I'm going to be and how these shows are going to go. And we're going to have our guests. We have got such a guest lineup going into March. We have Richard Witter from Wizards of the Coast. That's right. I said that. The art director, former art director, is going to be on the show next week. The week after that, the one and only Pat Kilbane will be here, and I'm just super excited. Then a couple of weeks when we're going to kick back and do our own thing, and then Ty Beard is going to be here. We haven't seen Ty in a minute or two, so he's going to be here, and all this and more, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. So without further ado, I'm going to bring my co-host, Kyle, onto the show. Everybody, put your hands together for the man from down under and say hello to the one, the only Kyle Schuant. Kyle, how the hell are you, my friend?
Hello, boys and girls. Hope everyone has fun today. If they don't perish horribly, and even if they do perish horribly, I hope they have fun in the process.
I see you're rocking a new lightweight look on the audio gear there. Is that the new way?
These are the little headphones from my mobile phone. Which okay. Yeah, nothing's showing up because I got the background thing on. But yeah, the headphones from my mobile phone. I thought take that because it's a bit of a hot day here in Melbourne. And I thought sitting here for a couple of hours with the regular headphones on might get a bit sweaty.
Yeah, wearing a half a pound of vinyl and plastic on your head might get a little bit toasty.
Yeah, and you guys might start to hear squelching or something and think that we're playing Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, nothing like that. Although who knows for the future. So we're getting ready to jump into it, and I think the folks out in the audience are hyped for this. You know what? You're playing. You have the con.
Mikey, I predict this is going to end in some big gunfight. A lot of bloodshed. You and me stuck in the middle, as always.
Well, what are we waiting for?
A fine opening credit sequence as always, my dude.
Oh, figure it adds to some fun. All right, let's bring the boys and girls in one by one. I'll just bring up the character sheets. And as we bring them in, they can tell us about themselves or their characters.
Well, since I'm already here, I'll go ahead and jump in. It's summed up in my notes. Bugger this for a game of soldiers.
Well, he recovered. He recovered a week ago.
Several
Several weeks ago.
I did. I've been playing Galaga and Bumper Pool in the rec room for the last couple of months. So
You got
ready.
shot in the leg, if I recall correctly.
That is correct. That is correct.
Severe wound. Severe wound. You could have bled out from that.
I could have, but hey, I had my frosty team of skilled associates who got me out of the shit. So I'm just going to go ahead and assume that Wednesday night, at least for conflict, isn't going to get monetized. So, so if somebody could super chat 20 or $30, it would be super helpful. Hey, Lux.
Yeah, I think we can probably assume, with all the firearms and mention of horrific things that get done around the world, both fictional and real. It's
Oh yeah.
Well, that's all right. I mean, not many people watch the Wednesday nights anyway, so you wouldn't get that much money from Wednesdays, surely.
Kyle, shut up. I'm trying to make money here.
So, look, everyone should super chat, and I've told people that the next campaign will only be open to Patreons and members of Bill's channel. So you have to throw good money if you want me to GM you. All right, Jason. Tell us about your
first of all, I would like to say I appreciate the shriek back reference.
Love me some 90s electro pop industrial.
Oh, well, you're talking to somebody who grew up in the shadow of Wax Trax, so
you're speaking my language, but we'll talk later.
We'll talk later. Yeah. Stapleton, I don't believe, has really gotten any serious injuries other than his pride for some crap rolls earlier on in the game. There always seemed to be a problem with doors in role-playing games. I don't know why. But war is boring, women are fun. He's the token Russian speaker and vodka enthusiast.
Token Russian speaker.
And of course, he failed college. Again, probably due to the vodka.
Well, the military has a significant number of people who did a year or so of uni and then didn't do well or dropped out or something and had lacked direction in life, and so just went to a place where they give you direction.
Get more hands-on training, yeah.
No, they give you direction. You're a young guy or girl who doesn't know what to do, and they tell you in minute detail. So, not that I would know anything about that, about like being young and out of direction and therefore joining up, but there we are. All right, next, Bill T, who we have to thank for giving up or postponing his own live stream this evening to join us and play.
That was actually my scheduling conflict. I had a burning needle in the back of my head for about an hour. I'm missing something. What is it? That's right. Wednesday night is conflict. And then I got really hyped about it. Anyways, I'm Bill T, everybody. Nice to meet you. Good to see everybody in the chat. I play the one and only Daniel McPherson, your physician with a mental condition who's also on a mission. So, yeah. And hopefully we'll bring Bill's monetary dreams to fruition.
I just want to point out Bill T has his own YouTube channel here, Paint Minis Live. If you guys want to see some excellent, I mean, just uptown airbrush work on minis. I didn't know you could do that other than base coat. Okay. Please go give his channel a subscribe. And Bill, if you want to throw the, oh my gosh, Michael Dale throwing out the gifted memberships. Thank you so much.
Nice.
But anyway, Bill, if you want to throw me the link, I will gladly put it up on screen for our guests so they can give you a subscribe.
All right, I'll get
gifted
that to you.
10 memberships.
Thank you for
10 memberships. What does that mean? Does that mean he's paying for 10 other people to be members?
I believe he is. Thank you, Michael Dale.
Wow.
That is kicking rad, as the kids say.
So if any of you out there are either broke or tight-assed, but you wanted to be able to play in the next game,
that's
then
me.
you just grab one of those memberships that he's tossed out there.
Broke.
Broadcast
not-
or tight-assed, either.
Yeah, if you got one, it basically it rolls a random die, and there's I think 10 people watching right now, so everyone might have just gotten a membership.
That's the saying. The first rule of success is showing up, as Ned Kelly said on the day of his execution. Yeah. Well, there you go. Alrighty. So that was McPherson, and last but not least, we get good old Samawata. Where is she?
Yeah, scroll down. I'll
She's just recovered.
I think we both hit at the same time.
Alrighty. Here's some water.
Yes. Okay. Well, I am techs and explosives, and apparently I get hit in the head by bullets. So I just recently recovered, so it'll be interesting. I guess they finally decided I can walk and talk and do my job.
Yeah, they got you one of those cantilevered counter Parkinson's spoons, so you can have Jello without any issues.
I'm sure I've got ringing ear or some residual effects that I'm gonna have fun to deal with, but it is what it is. So
there's a reason that she's got an undercut there. You know, it's
Yeah.
they had to shave that part of her head to be able to take the bit of skull out to control the edema, and then
Yeah.
Did you keep the handicap parking sign for the Humvee?
Samawata,
do you want to get
Frankistan,
hurt? Do you want to get hurt?
this is Frankistan. You block where you want.
excellent weather detectors now. Storm's coming. Yep.
Okay, so Michael, before he generously tossed out those memberships, was asking what had been happening in the campaign, and essentially the campaign has been. So there's this real place in the world, Tajikistan, and immediately after it was part of the Soviet Union, and immediately after the fall of the Soviet Union, when the constituent republics each went their own way, Tajikistan had a civil war where basically the Pamiris in the lesser populated, higher altitude east of the country were fighting for not necessarily independence, but a bit more autonomy. So to keep our conflicts fictional so that nobody's feelings get hurt, we have it that there's an alternate history where the West found some guy who was friendly to them and sent him in there with lots of money and arms and all the rest to develop the place and make it essentially independent. Because it was a pretty hard go. They hadn't quite. They made peace rather than the Tajik government dominating the rebels. They made peace with them. So it's one of those situations in history where it could easily have gone the other way, but it wouldn't have made a profound difference to history. So in this case, the US has withdrawn from Afghanistan and stuff, but they've stayed on a little bit in Tajikistan. Officially, there is a peacekeeping force, but they don't really do much. And there's the US and Western generally support for the government, which is what I believe they call a managed democracy, where the dictator, the president for life, Frank, and known as the Moustache because he has a big bushy moustache, he manages the democracy of the country so that it doesn't steer too far away from good principles. And there's, of course, a rebel movement against him, and they're not a religious group or anything like that. They just they're nationalists. They want all the foreigners out. In terms of troops available, mostly it's mercenaries because there's, like I said, there's the UN force, but they don't do much except distribute aid and so on. There's US Marines guarding the airport, and they have a quick reaction force which will dash off into the green zone in the event of any trouble there. And they also escort people to and from the city. So during the campaign, the players got escorted by the Marines into the city, and they got ambushed on the way in there. They found that there's some sort of mole around who's giving information about what the mercenary group is doing and what the Westerners are doing. They didn't manage to find out who that was. Excuse me. They got a tip that the Russians or somebody was smuggling into the country some shoulder-launched anti-aircraft missiles, which would definitely turn the tide of the war in favor of the rebels. And just as it did when the US smuggled them to Afghanistan in the 80s. So they've been chasing them down and chasing down who the smugglers were. And they they went at one point to a border post where they knew some stuff was being smuggled through from Kyrgyzstan. And they came under fire. And that's when Safi got shot, or Simawada got shot in the head. And a couple of others got shot, but I think only Bill's character was severely injured or wounded. And yeah, so they came along, and they later on they managed to, when they did another raid, they managed to capture a guy, a Russian. Okay, Grukov came into their possession, and he's been interrogated for the last month or two. So some information has been got from him. Simawada and what's your character's name again? Simawada and
McPherson.
sorry,
the other
Brown. Yeah, Simawada and Brown. So they had to. So they had to actually be flown to Germany to be repaired because they didn't trust, Frankistan hospital, particularly Simawada with a head injury. Now, the way it works in conflict is when you get wounded, it does take a realistic time to be recovered, and depends on your medical care and so on as well. But it takes a realistic amount of time to be recovered. So if you've been shot in the head and that wound might have killed you, then it's going to take months to recover. Now, in the real world, if you recover from a wound that might have killed you, you'll probably have got some sort of permanent disability as a result. Now, that would be a bit too real, I think, for a game, and also a bit depressing to roleplay someone who's staggering around like a stroke patient. So all we do is say that if you have had a wound which might have killed you, then you lose a level of health. She did have, and all the stats here, you can see up there, the stats are written like 0 to 3. There's social, health, and education. And they're rated from 0 to 3. 0 is a really sickly person. Health 3 is a super fit, super athletic person. So she was previously health 2, which is like an active person, as you'd expect from a military one. And now she's health 1, who's like a sedentary person. And that's as you might expect if she spent 3 months in hospital, being largely bedbound and doing a lot of physiotherapy and so on. She might be able to recover that, but it will be a process of years to recover that. You will see that or lose some education. She was like, huh? What? Yeah, and so these guys have recovered, and they're back with the team. They've flown back in. They would be on their way back in, actually. So you guys can go and meet them at the airport. They come flying back in.
Oh, fun. Are we going to return another bag of explosives? I remember the last time we made this jaunt, we were returning a bag of explosives.
I remember the last time we went to the airport, we ended in kind of a standoff.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, Stu Bennett ended up punching out a Marine, I think.
Yeah.
Well, yes, because what happened was that you were wondering who the informer was, and you tracked down communications with a local mobile phone that had been bought in the US. It was a burner phone, and it hadn't been used except once briefly in the US as what seemed to be a tester phone call to see if it was actually working, and then it had been used once more at the airport. That's the day that you guys arrived, and then later you got ambushed. So when you went back to talk to the US to figure out what was going on, it occurred to you maybe we could just ring the phone.
Yeah.
if we hear it. Think about all these sophisticated tracking devices and LIT stuff and that. Oh, maybe we just ring the phone and see what happens. So you rang the phone, and there was a ringing from this Marine's backpack. And he went and he fished it out, and he looked puzzled. And so Stu Bennett went and smacked him in the head, beat the crap out of him.
Oh, Stu, don't ever change.
And yeah, so the Marines weren't very happy with that.
No.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
Well, I guess McPherson will walk into, I suppose, maybe Stapleton's in the barracks or a nearby local tavern where vodka is served.
Yeah.
But which one would you more than likely be in?
I would probably. We've been here long enough. I probably would have found a tavern to frequent.
There you go. All right, I'll
hotel bar is usually the best one, but yeah, there's some seedy local bars that the locals go to.
Support the local economy,
right? So we'll go find the grassroots drinker here.
He's drinking distilled grass.
At least out here, you don't have to worry about hipsters with IPAs. So,
God.
That's true. I mean, let's fight the real war at home,
So I guess McPherson will walk in and go and talk with Stapleton real quick. He'll go find him wherever he is in this seedy bar.
Yep. Yeah. So you go and you find it. Yeah.
Well, say there, Sullivan. I think we got our crews coming back from Germany. Should we go catch a ride and go meet him?
Oh, definitely. Pick what's left of Sumawata's brain, see if she can fix the karaoke machine in this place.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you? I'll catch us a ride. You want to round up Stu and I don't know where Stone ran off to, but maybe if you want to grab at least Bennett, and we'll hit the road.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll see who's hanging around the barracks, and we can get going.
All right, man. We'll see you in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So McPherson will wander off to go and see if he can procure a ride from anybody willing to either give up keys or maybe a taxi.
So remember that you guys are in there's the Das Kapital police building, or the Das Kapital police with run by Colonel Shah.
Mm.
And and that's it's an L-shaped building. Sorry, it's a long oblong building, and the mercenaries are on one side of the building, and the Das Kapital police are on the other side of the building. And then there's a central lobby, and out the front there's stacks of vehicles of various kinds. So you got mercenaries have got your own vehicles, and if you talk to Colonel Shah, he'll usually lend you vehicles or a small police escort and that. Remember, you did have an escort of police on two occasions. One is when you went and checked out the customs post at the border in that pass where Sumawata got shot up. And you just had regular police with you there who did nothing until you told them to, and then they were reasonably effective. And then there was that time when you did a raid on the compound and you captured the Russian, and you had the SWAT team with you there, and the Dust Coverdale Police SWAT team, and they had a bit of bad luck, and half of them got blown up.
Yeah. I guess maybe I'll go and talk to Captain. Is it Captain or
Colonel Shah?
Colonel Shar. I'll go talk to Colonel Shar real quick. Maybe we can get a Ural or something. And that's my alarm for game time. Fashionably late.
Such a bright, jaunty tune for fits the topic so well.
Right. Sorry.
The game half an hour. That's
right.
That's the reminder to get the pizza, then to show up an hour. So when you show up an hour, nobody minds.
I fat finger the numbers on this phone all the time. It's a bane of my existence. Anywho, yeah, I'll go talk to Colonel Shar. Maybe we can I can talk him into giving me a Ural and a couple of police officers to bring with as we go through the city streets.
Yeah, or you can just get a Hummer from your own guys.
Sure. If we have access to it, let's do it. Well, maybe
Hummer with a machine gun and a couple are on top.
Yeah, sure. All right. If that's available, we'll go for that. Who would I talk to procure such a beastly vehicle?
You would talk to your own commander. Where is he? Excuse me. You would talk to Stephen Lang.
Okay.
Where is he?
Sure, I'll go talk to Mr. Lang real quick. Let's see if we can't get us a Hummer.
Where do I find Stu at this time?
Stu will just be in the bar drinking or working out. That's all he does. He drinks and he works out.
He works out at the bar? Okay.
Be one of the other places. So you can go and look for him in the gym, and if you don't find him there, then he'll be in the bar.
All right. He's probably doing a set of 12-ounce curls.
So that's the that's your commander.
All right.
Stephen Lang.
Oh, Mr. Lang, how's it going
today?
Maybe
you've got he's always hanging out in the room full of electronic gear because they've constantly got this $10 million drone flying around overhead across different parts of the country and constantly bringing in intel and trying to listen in. And trying to listen into the comms of the insurgents, and probably listening into what the Frankistani government is doing as well.
Sure. Colonel Lang, sir, if you have a moment.
Yes, what do you want?
I was wondering if I could get clearance to procure a Humvee. We've got a couple of...
just go downstairs and sign it out. Where are you going?
Headed to the airport.
Oh, those guys are back today, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. We're going to go and give them a warm welcome. Maybe a little hazing on the way back. Nothing serious.
Good.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Safe travels.
McPherson will go and fill out the proper paperwork to get a gun truck.
Yeah, you just sign it. There's a book, and there's a Humvee book, and there's a armory book, and so on.
Sure. Yeah, I'll pull it around front and wait for Stapleton out front.
There's an obese Q store sergeant staff sergeant who signs things in and out. He never leaves the building.
There's a rack of keys. Is that what you're saying?
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's just this guy. He never leaves the building except he's been posted here about 2 years or something, and he never leaves the building.
Sergeant, how's the wife and kids? I hear that you're the most frequent user of the internet cafe next door. Lots of Skype going on, huh? I hope they're doing well.
Oh yeah. The ones in Thailand, yeah.
All right. Well,
Steady.
I hope they're having an amazing time in Thailand. Can I get the keys for a Humvee? I got it cleared from the colonel.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
He gets you to just sign and the time and all the rest.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
And
I'll go grab it.
And he sits down, and when he sits down, he does that thing where you get halfway down and then you just flop into the chair.
Yeet.
And he starts munching on a piece of jerky.
Fair enough. Yeah.
You know that you've never seen him in the base gym.
Just as a
You have seen him in the you have seen him in the cafeteria a lot though.
Yeah.
Just as a physician, might want to try some squats. Might do you a little good.
He says he holds up his jerky and he says, "This has got lots of protein. It's good for my muscles."
Oh yeah. All right. You keep doing that. I can't, man. Composure. Keep the composure. All right. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm stereotyping a quartermaster store sergeant. Sorry.
All right. Yeah. So I'll take the Humvee from the motor pool and I'll bring it around front and wait for Stapleton to show up with our other merry band of misfits.
Yeah.
So Bennett comes out. He's fully geared up. He's got his vest on. He's got his webbing on with like 6 magazines and a couple of frag grenades and a couple of flashbangs and his assault rifle. And he's got a big, long, extendable baton as well.
Should I have not mentioned the airport?
And as he walks out, he like collapses the baton and he slides it into a little holster on the side.
Has he got a law rocket hanging from his Alice gear too?
No, he hasn't. But if he thought about some water, he probably would have brought her one.
Yeah.
I should say, are you just happy to see me, or is that a baton in your belt?
Should I not have told him we were just heading to the airport?
Well, remember you're going out of the green zone. So remember you'll be going out of the green zone. So you will actually, there is actually, a non-zero chance. So it is normal to be armed when you go out of the green zone. So this is the airport and that. Okay, so
there's something up.
The green zone is actually, so you see the airport, reference that central road going north of the airport. So immediately next to the airport is slums, right? And there's like all these spilled chemicals and stuff because it's where they used to store a lot of their aviation fuel years ago, and it just hasn't been stored properly. So immediately north of the airport is a lot of slums. Reference that central road going through the middle there. That goes further on. Is that
where we were ambushed?
No, you were ambushed further on. Okay, so the road then crosses a bridge. Okay, and then immediately after the bridge, to the left there, you see there's large buildings with compounds and stuff. Okay, that area there on the top left of them, the top left of the map is the green zone. So it's essentially shut off. It's not exactly walled, but what's happened is that they've taken just the natural, like the end of the street, and then brick off the end of the street and put a barbed wire roll at the end of the street, like 8 foot up. So it's effectively the walls of the buildings are acting as a wall around that green zone. So it's a half-assed green zone. And then over to the right is an industrial zone, trains in and out of the place and that, because there is a fair bit of development here compared to the real historical Frankistan, because lots of foreign money has come in, and the government has genuinely tried to develop the country. They've put in hydroelectric dams and that sort of thing, and they brought in a lot of foreign workers and offered them cheap and easy citizenship and no taxation and all that sort of stuff. So lots of people come in. But yeah, so there's the airport. So basically you have to go across a kilometre or two of, it's not exactly open ground, but there's all slums and everything there. You guys got ambushed inside the green zone. That's why you were so surprised. But the occasional person throwing rocks at vehicles and that is not unusual. So you do have to keep your wits around, and you'd have to bulldoze all the slums to make it a completely safe area to travel through, because it's just trivial for people to pop out from between vehicles and pop off the odd shot.
Probably requisition us an M728 and a couple of D9s. Just saying.
So, anyway, it's pretty normal for you mercenary guys to travel around armed when you're outside the green zone. And it's also pretty normal that anyone who's coming and going will have an armed escort. Normally the Marines escort people to and from. The Marines have refused to escort mercenaries. The relationship was somewhat soured.
That figures.
Somewhat.
It tracks. That's the military thing, right? That tracks.
That tracks.
I meant to ask this, Kyle, when the campaign started, but it always got pushed away by other things. Kind of a shame here towards the penultimate game. I think of this, but is there a statue of the president or prime minister of this country on a mechanical mount so it always faces the sun as the sun tracks the sky, like Niazov over in
No, there isn't. It doesn't track the sky. It always keeps facing towards Moscow.
Okay.
Well, when he started, that was, the place's only friend. He tried to, so there was a lot of Western versus Russian playing off in that. And then it went through the period where Russia wasn't doing very well. So he decided to align with the West. Just think of it as like Yugoslavia, but, out in the middle of Asia.
Seems a little clingy to have a statue that always faces your only friend.
Well, it has a statue of Frank with his big bushy mustache. It's pretty just indistinguishable from a statue of Stalin.
Nice. Nice.
But he's
has it
friendly
been-
to the West
been
in his
defaced?
Spanish democracy.
Has it been defaced? That's a question.
No, you haven't done so yet, Samawata.
Nice.
Just remember that ultimately he is your employer. So
That's good.
Loosely.
Wow.
Well, I guess in that case, McPherson's gonna make sure he's got his M4, a little plate carrier, and the squad med back in the Humvee. Then,
Yeah.
standard
gear.
Normally did.
Yep.
Yeah, Frank is the reason that there's $120,000 in your bank account for the last 6 months' work.
oh,
I guess we got to put away the spray paint.
right.
For now.
Yeah,
Romans, they go the ouse.
I mean, it's only till the contract's over, right? Then it's just free game.
Well, that's up to you. But, you just, it's the mercenary world. You need references from previous employers.
We'll say, Stapleton, you want to get on the gun, and we'll head out of here.
Yeah, I'll get on the gun.
All right. McPherson's gonna ease into the local traffic and start heading down the main drag there.
Righty-o.
He's gonna stop when there's a herder and 8 goats trying to cross the street. He'll stop. He'll slow down at least.
Well, this is a third world country, and the rules of the road on the third world country is that you give way to larger vehicles. And everyone's larger than a goat herd and his goats. So,
Fair enough. All right.
yeah, that's the rules of the road. There's no, you don't have traffic lights and stuff in places like Bangkok. So you could just have, there's a truck, and then there's a car, and there's a pedestrian, and they figure it out somehow.
Okay. All right.
And at the end of the day, they come and scrape it up off the road. But anyway, alrighty. So you head on down the road. All right. So you're driving, are you, Bill T?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, you can roll for Wandering Monsters.
Oh. Okay.
Random encounters, whatever. It's the same thing.
Sure. Gotcha.
Roll for goats.
It's 2d6, right?
Yeah.
All right. Got a 9.
9. Okay.
Have you seen my Frankistan a bear? I'll get Bob to write that one up for us if we're going to revisit this today.
Nice.
It's
All
the
right.
new children's toy. It comes complete with the
Okay,
shit
so
in the box.
you head out of the green zone. There's some UN peacekeepers on the inside of the green. Correction, there's some Marines on the inside of the green zone. And there's some UN peacekeepers on the outside of the green zone. They've each got their own little checkpoints. UN peacekeepers with their blue helmets and the white UN written on it, and they're bright white vehicles with many bullet holes in them. And there's a grumpy
Wow.
Marines, and
Where are they
and then there's,
washing their cars?
well, it's just going to get more holes in it later. And then there's the US Marines who sort of look at you, not friendly. Word has got around, of course. But they open the boom gate and wave you through. They remove the barriers and wave you through.
I give them the parade wave as we go by. Thank you.
And so yeah, you head on south down that road. It's about 1 kilometer. Down there, and then you make a left turn, go on through, okay, go along, and you come up to it's another checkpoint. Google Maps didn't have a good resolution of this fictional city, so or a real city that's been turned fictional. Anyway, so you come up and along this road here. So you see this reference, this white building right in the middle. That's an aircraft repair hangar. However, your mates, are over here where you can see there's helicopters on the ground. But you have to come in through this way if you want to talk to the Marines. So you come in there because the Marines are actually camped out there next to this aircraft repair hangar. That's where they bring their choppers and stuff to repair them. Okay. So some Marines come in and let you in. As the Globe Master scheduled to come in, and it comes in on the big runway because it's a big plane and it needs a big space to land in. It needs a few kilometers to land or take off from. So yeah, so you come in and you pull up, and the Marines are just hooking into their vehicles because they're going to be ready to come and greet the Globe Master when it comes out.
Okay.
Because there's a company of Marines coming out too to replace them. Alrighty, so you guys come in, you come through, and you park, and the Marines see you and they acknowledge you, but nobody gives you a friendly wave or anything. And you're waiting around. You're waiting around for the vehicle for the aircraft to land. What do you do? Just hang around having a smoke by your vehicle, or what?
McPherson is he's taken out a small packet of kids crayons, like the 2 crayons they give you at the local restaurant, and he's just sitting there, and he's kind of sitting there pointing at it, like, you want this? I mean, I'm not going to eat it. Do you want it? To one of the Marines while we're waiting.
All right, so you're continuing to build the relationship. That's good to see.
I keep an eye on Stu. What is he doing? Just
Thank you, Stapleton. Thank you. I almost forgot. Our loose cannon.
Stu is just standing there looking at the Marines, and he's got his baton out, and he's just like tapping it in his hand.
God damn it. It's like I take like maybe a step or so to the side away from Stu. Just in case.
Whatever's out of the cone of strays, just
Yeah.
All right, now who's got the best observation? Oh, you've all got some observation. Observation tech. Yeah, so one of you notices, like, you can see the aircraft up in the sky, and it's doing its like wheel around where it's trying to arrange itself to be in line with the runway. I always had trouble with that when I played flight sims. Who did the art behind me, Michael? That's just my processing. So I got public domain image of some guys in a technical, and then I put it through a image processor to turn it into more of a line art kind of thing. There's a number of, if you look at the conflict book, stops. I'll just turn my background off. If you look at the conflict book, there's a number of bits of art in there, and that's often what I did. I just got some public domain stuff and chucked that in. Fortunately, there's lots of stuff now, even without having to mess around with AI. There's lots of stuff there, public domain of claymores and people getting shot at in wars and stuff. So it's not too hard to do.
Nice.
And by the way, guys, if you've been enjoying, watching us play Conflict and you want to have this for your very own, you can get a print copy from Lulu. And Kyle and I are all about the print. So I'm going to throw that link up real quick, Kyle. And it's over in the chat. So you guys check it out. It's $10. What have you got to Lulu's?
Oh.
You people know from funny. Anyway, please, Kyle, continue.
All right. So the Globemaster comes in. It does its final bank and turn, and then it comes in and landing. And when it's about a third of the way into the runway, the wheels touch the ground, and then overall the sound of the air conditioning and the fans and the rumbling vehicles and that, you fancy you can hear a little pop and a whoosh, and then another pop and a whoosh, 3 or 4 of them from the north immediately behind you. And there's a little streak of smoke, and then a second and a third, and 3 of them go sailing across your heads and then come and descend towards the Globemaster. And the Globemaster starts popping out lots of chaff.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And one of the rockets slams into the tarmac, and a second strikes just in front of the Globemaster and detonates, but doesn't strike it directly. And another one strikes the Globemaster on the wing.
Ooh.
And you see the wing just like immediately goes up in a big fireball, enormous fireball. You can barely see the fuselage of the thing behind it. So after that, it then smashes into the tarmac and starts careening to the side and spinning around. The Marines immediately react and they just start burning their vehicles at top speed right across the green area in the middle of the map over towards the Globemaster. And of course you hear sirens going off as the fire engines and so on kick in.
I think McPherson's going to get back in the Humvee and get that thing turned on so we can follow suit. What do you think, Stapleton?
You don't even have to say anything. I'm already jumping in behind the gun.
All right.
Did we get a good idea, like where they came from for the smoke trails, from like what general area we could tell?
Northeast, right?
Yeah. So it would have come out from outside the wire, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So meanwhile, inside the vehicle, you're all buckled up for landing, and there's the usual rumble that you get when there's a bit more turbulence as the aircraft approaches the ground, and it's a pretty turbulent kind of aircraft anyway. It's not top quality. You're not in first class here. You're just strapped into these seats. It's barely pressurized, not even pressurized. And then there's a thunderous explosion. And you won't see anything. There's no windows, but yeah, so there's a thunderous explosion on the left side of the aircraft. And then you feel the aircraft go belly into the ground. And, it's not as gentle landing as you might expect. It's just belly into the ground. It's just once there was that explosion, it just stopped. And now it's just careening to the side, and you're just being spun around like that. After about 30, 45 seconds, it comes to a stop, and you realize that the left side of the aircraft is burning, and the klaxon starts going off in the aircraft, and lights going off, and the cabin crew of the aircraft, so some airmen start coming around, and the back of the aircraft just drops. They go out and they just manually do it, and the ramp doesn't lower down under control. It just drops, and they're shouting, "Everyone off! Everyone off!" You can barely hear them because there's the roar of the right side engines are still going, and there's a roar of flames outside, and there's smoke, and a few people are panicking and screaming. You're with 100 Marines, and they're just screaming, "Get off! Get off! Get off!" So the Marines start getting off. What about you, Sumawata? And
well, I'm sure we know where the emergency exits are. So
yeah,
it's
that ramp out there. Sumawata and Brown. Out you get.
I'm grabbing Sumawata and making for the nearest exit, the nearest point of egress out of here. I have got a handful of her tunic or whatever, not letting her go.
Yeah, we're out of here.
Yeah.
As I'm sliding down the ramp, I'm giving sign language of my hello, welcome back.
Welcome to Frankistan.
Welcome to Frankistan.
Welcome to Frankistan. How may I help you?
Yeah.
It's
You hear a number of
symbols,
Marines
really.
saying something to the effect of like, well, this tour started off good. Alrighty. So you're there. The Marines go barreling out of the vehicle, and then the airmen get them to clear away. The fire engines come roaring up, immediately deploy and start putting foam onto the burning wing, and of course the burning spreading to the rest of the aircraft as well. The cabin crew get out, the pilots and everything come out last, and the Marines gather together about 200 meters down the runway, away from the burning aircraft, and the Marines who are already here, they look over and it looks like we're staying here for a while, because they were supposed to be relieved by this company. It was a company coming and relieving them after their 5 months here.
Oh, jeez.
So
Once Sumawata and I are out, Kyle, I'm at the very least gonna look back. Have good order or bad order? Have the Marines gotten off the aircraft?
yeah,
Okay,
in as good order as you can expect,
right.
because they're trained as Marines. They're not trained at escaping from vehicles,
Yeah.
burning aircraft. So.
All right, and hey, Michael Dale has picked up a copy of Conflict. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael. Hope you find it interesting. Alrighty, yeah. So the vehicle is burning. All right, so the party who are already on the ground, you're still up there to the north, looking around. You can of course see a bit of movement in the slums and in the industrial area around, but not more than normal. And of course, some people have come up to the fence to look at there's a big smoke. They heard the explosion. There's a big plume of smoke coming up, so they're naturally curious. But there's no shooting going on.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I think McPherson's gonna gun the Humvee to go and pick up our other squad mates.
Yep.
Okay, so you head on
Over the shriek of idling jet engines and the roaring of the flames, I'm just gonna say, you assholes sure picked a hell of a welcome back home party to throw.
If you really wanted to make such a grand entrance, you could have put Sumawata in a dress.
Oh.
They tried
Really?
to. She
Is
put
that
2
where we're
orderlies
going?
in the hospital. Let's get the hell out of here.
I'm
Then
looking
it
around
says-
for my welcome home sign.
When it says Sumawata comes in and the aircraft explodes. Coincidence?
Read the book. That's a joke. A certain age of Gen Xer here in the United States will get the old Time Life mysteries of the unknown.
Read the book.
Read the book.
Or in our case, buy the rights. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I guess
Alrighty.
Is everybody piled in then?
Yes, everyone's piled in.
All right.
It's a bit squeezy, but yeah, because you just brought the one vehicle with you. But, yeah, so it's a bit
yeah.
squeezy.
I am physically dragging Stapleton out of the gun ring and climbing up into it.
Ow! Ow! All right. Just ask, man.
I fist bumped Stu on the way in.
I just look down because I'm like with my combat boots, just like tamping you down out of the way in the gun.
I'm going.
Yeah, I just look down and yell. I was halfway through a copy of the last David Foster Wallace book of his to read, and it was on that plane. I charged the gun. Somebody's gonna pay.
All right, kids, settle down, or I'll turn this Humvee around. Well, actually, I'm going to have to turn around because we're going back to where we came from.
Alrighty. So you leave the airfield. You go past the Marines who are looking rather concerned. They're not really looking out at the road where they should be. They're looking back at the burning Globemaster because they don't know what's happened. They ask you as you come up, like, is everyone okay?
I as we drive past, I just thumb over my shoulder. Somebody set your plane on fire.
Yeah, we noticed.
I was going to ask, are there any
like, is everyone
alternate
okay?
routes?
Because for all they know, like the 100
you
Marines
guys-
just got blown up.
You can't see the smoke streaks from over there from where the missiles flew.
They're fine. They all got off. Things are going to go sideways though pretty quick, I'd guess.
I'm giving the peace symbol at the window just to mock them.
Yeet. Got to keep that relationship alive.
I just see her with the peace symbol. I'm like, she hasn't fully healed yet, has she?
Be patient with her. She's missing 1/16 of her brain.
Are there any alternate routes out of this airport? Because I feel like the last place I want to go is literally towards where the missiles were shot at from. I'm just saying.
The missiles were shot at from that industrial area, I believe. Are there alternate routes? You can, but you'd have to go through all the Frankistan National Defence Force aircraft that are sitting there, the helicopters and stuff that are sitting there.
Do they have like a halfway junked Mi-8 and like a couple of little broken up French helicopters or something?
No, they have a good condition Hind. Because you know because it dropped you off to do a raid.
Oh yeah.
So that you know that they've got at least that. But you do see some when you look. You do see some choppers.
Yeah, they
sitting
have
out
about
there on there.
5 or 6 drones tied into a lawn chair.
What do you guys say? Do we take the scenic route or the expressway?
Well, they're not shooting at their aircraft.
But in the end, you'd still have to take the major road that goes into the thing.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how you'd get through out of the airport.
Yeah, I think the Marines are going to keep them busy so we can get going.
Let's get the party started.
I'm so happy she's back.
I am. Yeah, we're all kind of happy.
All right. So you don't reverse back from that road that you were on. Okay. You continue along that road, along west, and it turns up to the north. You're going past all these slums and the chemical spills, and it goes west for a little bit, and then you do a right turn onto the main road. You're going along. You come up to the bridge. Alrighty, how fast are you going?
We are going
Goat splatteringly fast.
we're going about 96 kilometers an hour.
Okay.
As fast as it can go, in other words.
Yeah, that'll splatter a goat.
I'm on the horn at this point.
Alrighty. So you're on the
other than going into a doorway with all rapidity. I'm going to give them a very brief visual inspection of the business end of the M2 that I'm holding on to right now.
Okay. So now when you come up to this bridge, okay, when you come up to this bridge, you actually see a couple of guys. They're not Defence Force guys. They're armed, but they're not the Frankistani National Defence Force guys, lurking around near the bridge. And they look very surprised to see you. They've got arms, but they're just slung across their shoulders, and like they're messing around with bits of wire and large barrels.
Oh God!
The pedals on the floor. Let's keep going. Maybe we'll get before they even know we're here.
I was gonna say McPherson's gonna like bang the top of the Humvee a couple of times and say 12 o'clock.
The banging sound is going to be answered by casings falling on the roof of the Humvee.
All right. Let it rip. They'll be. Let's see, what range will they be? They'll be at 50 meters when you see them. So you'd be going at -3. Auto fire gives you a +1, so that's -2.
I have experience too.
I thought expertise was +3.
Yeah, expertise is +3, so that's +1.
Okay.
A net +1, and you're supported as well because it's on a tripod thing. Well, not a tripod, but it's on a coupler. So that becomes a net +2. You yourself are not under fire, so that becomes +3. And so let her rip.
All
Are
right.
you aiming at the guys or the barrels?
There's targets in front of me.
It's a target-rich environment.
So that would be a yes. Okay.
That is a 9, Kyle.
All right, a net 9
Uh,
because it was +3 total. Remember? So did you roll like a 6 and a 3 on the dice? Did you remember to add your +3?
I did not add the +3.
Okay, so you get 12. All right, so you'll rip one guy up. All right, so alrighty. So this is a 50 cal, so we don't bother rolling for damage. You just roll. Anti-vehicle weapons, you don't bother rolling for damage generally. Okay, so you rip one guy up. Okay, it's automatic, and there's a guy right next to him. So have another go, and you might hit him too.
All right.
I'm
And I
clicking
got
the peace
11,
symbol.
14.
11. All right. Yes. So you rip him up too. He's cut in half. Okay. Now the barrels that they were standing next to, roll against them, and you actually need to roll damage because it's metal and all the rest.
Okay.
But so roll to hit.
That is a total of 9. I rolled a 5 and a 1, so that is 9.
Okay, so you must have been aiming high at the guys to take out their trunks or their heads or something, because you rip them up and just the rounds ping around or off the barrels, and nothing happens. There's no detonations or anything exciting like that.
These guys, however, they did detonate.
Yeah.
God
Yep.
made men. John Moses Browning made men equal.
I'm flashing the peace symbol out the window.
Anyway,
I look over at Sumawara and I'm like, are you seriously humming John Lennon Give Peace a Chance?
Hey, Sumawara, while you're humming, did you happen to bring a radio jammer back with you?
Yeah. Do you want me to use it?
Yeah, may as well.
You don't have a radio jammer with you. You'll have firearms and that, but no.
Damn it.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
I'm
was
doing
gonna
it
say,
in
it might be-
spirit. That's it.
Might
By
be
the
nice
way,
to block some cell phone signals.
first
All
of
right,
all,
so you then zip across the bridge, leaving those two bloodied guys behind you, and another two guys standing around in some confusion. Those were the two guys just guarding them on the other side, who were on the other side of the bridge, like not the other side across, but what I mean, like here's the bridge, they're there, and the bridge goes like that.
Are
Did
they kind
McPherson
of
get
like
good enough of a look to find out if they were cops or not?
No, you didn't just murder cops. You
They were not. They were not uniform.
weren't they kind of pink mist though and meat puzzles after
No.
we got done?
No,
Yeah.
they were. You could see they were insurgents. They were part of the squad of righteous fury. You can see that.
and now they'll be in surgery. By the way, I want, first of all, I want to thank Lord Corion very much for the super. And he's, I was teasing him, and I said, when he popped on, because we like us some Lord Corion, hey, I don't want to start a fight, but Jorge was saying you didn't have the guts to put down a super chat, and well, but he did put down a super chat and said, depends, can I get a dragon attack with a super chat? And I said, M47A3 wire guided lightweight ATGM for you? Of course.
Nice.
But that's up to our game master. I have to defer to the GM on that.
Give the people what they want.
All right, so you burn along a bit further along up the road, and ahead you hear gunfire. Ahead where the the entry to the green zone is. You hear gunfire. And then as you come up, you see that there's a bunch of Squad of Righteous Fury guys, and they're basically trying to get through. So the UN guys are just cowering behind their armored vehicle. It's a B&P or something. But they're cowering behind their armored vehicle. The Marines are not cowering behind their armored vehicles. They're sitting behind their concrete blocks, and they're very heartily firing back at the Squad of Righteous Fury guys. Different rules of engagement.
What do you say, guys? Should we help him out, or should we just blast through the road?
I'm already firing on the Squad of Righteous Fury guys.
Yeah.
I see Squad of Righteous Fury. I see Marine spin down. I'm
okay. Now, just bear in mind that at this little intersection where you go, there is actually a hotel behind it. So on the left-hand side of the map, there's the green zone. On the right-hand side of the map, there's just normal civilian part of the city. And on that little intersection, just on the right there, there is a hotel and an apartment building associated with that, immediately behind the Squad of Righteous Fury guys. You assume that whoever's on the ground floor of the hotel will have sought cover. This cover might be sufficient for fire from small arms, but it probably would not be sufficient for fire from anti-vehicle weapons like 50 cals and RPGs and things like that. It's up to you whether you care about
that. I care about the Marines not dying. So, Squad of Righteous Fury, meet.
All right. So you see a number of them scattered around. They've used at the entrance. They've used staggered concrete barriers so that you can't just barrel through the thing. You have to make your way around them, so it slows down any vehicle that wants to make its way through the green zone into the green zone.
I'm going to start digging.
And so those barriers are scattered around through the intersection, and so the Squad of Righteous Fury is kind of using that to try. They're trying to do a fire and movement to make their way through.
Does anybody have a grenade launcher in the Humvee?
You've got rifles with grenade launchers slung underneath.
All right, nice. Well, I'm gonna open the window.
Michael Dale asks if there's a dead civilian penalty. There's nothing in the rules against killing civilians on purpose or by accident, but of course there may be consequences in the game world. Yeah, but the same's true of killing combatants. So.
How fast are you driving the car right now?
I think we've slowed down to more of a combat pace.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Well, if you don't slow down,
I'm doing conversions. I would say
you don't have to convert. I can do it. I grew up with imperial measurements.
Okay, probably about 64 kilometers an hour.
Yes, they fortunately still know how to use freedom units in Australia.
Oh, good.
You'll have to slow down further, otherwise you'll just impact one of the concrete barriers.
All right.
Okay. All right. So let's see here.
Which again, you may not care about. No. You may care about afterwards.
Yeah. I guess McPherson's gonna try and time this so that we kind of, I guess, stop parallel to them.
Yep. Oh, you want to do a drift? You want to?
Oh yeah, that's cool. Let's do it. Yeah.
If you roll snake eyes, you lie.
I'm gonna grab that handbrake. I'm gonna grab that handbrake while the Fast and Furious theme song is going on somewhere in the background.
Oh me God, you lie through your teeth if you roll snake eyes.
I'm gonna lean over to Stapleton in the passenger seat and go, "It's all about family, man."
Noise.
Sumo was the one with brain damage.
Make your roll.
I told you I was a physician with a mental condition. What did you expect, man? Oh,
I'm gonna need some of those headache meds soon.
Make your roll, Stapleton, with your level 0 driving skill.
Yeah.
So it's just
How,
a raw
how much
dice
does
roll. 10 plus.
Oh, nope. Nope, not happening.
Well, he's got Landcraft
Uh,
Auto, so maybe he's got +1.
Is that
Oh, yeah, he does. Oh, yeah, so he's got +1.
okay? I got a 5 total.
Well,
5 total. Okay, so you attempt to do a drift and go to the side. And instead of going to the side, you you do this. Well, you do go to the side, but you kind of tip up onto the side like that.
Oh, no. No.
All right. So everyone in the vehicle, do a little reaction roll to see if you react quickly enough.
This
Because if you
sounded a
react
lot
quickly
better in
enough,
my head.
the vehicle is like just. I've got to remove the background so I can.
What dice
I
are
got
we
a
rolling, and how many?
Show. 2d6.
Reaction plus your
2d6?
reaction. I actually got a 12.
Yeah, sorry, your readiness. All right, so
Okay.
because basically the
okay.
vehicle was going along and it's just tipped up onto its side like that. Now, if you guys do a readiness check, so roll 1d6 plus your readiness and do it quickly enough, you might be able to sort of lean back so it goes and lands back on its wheels. If you don't react quickly enough, it will go and roll onto its side.
Oh, just
Okay.
1d6?
Yeah, 1d6 plus your.
I got a
readiness.
5.
You're essentially rolling for surprise against your own vehicle.
Got a 4.
Against your-
4.
4, yeah.
I got a 5 plus 2, because my readiness I
Alrighty.
think is 2. So
Okay, you don't succeed, so the vehicle continues over and then goes clunk onto the side. But hey, at least it didn't do a full rollover. That would have been uncomfortable for Bill's character.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which side is on the ground, mine or his? Because I was on the passenger
The
side.
right-hand side is on the ground, so I don't know where you
That's
guys
me.
are sitting.
son
That's
of
me.
a motherless goat.
Okay,
McPherson's gonna look over at
Bill
Stapleton
S,
and go,
your character, you need to make a roll to hold on, probably an athletics check. Otherwise, you're
Okay.
going to roll out of the vehicle.
2D, and do I get any bonus to that?
No, you don't get any bonus to that because you failed your
Okay, I got a 9.
9. That's just sort of success, so which would have been a 10. So you fall out of the vehicle. You don't manage to hold on to the weapon. You fall out of the vehicle, but you only fall 1 meter, so you probably won't get too badly injured. So when you roll, roll d6 to see what you land on.
I'm so sorry.
It happens, dude. It's the dice.
Dude,
Oh, no.
drift if you can't drift.
1 and 6, Kyle.
1 and 6. Okay, so you land on your head, but you only give yourself a minor wound on the head.
Ow.
You're just going to bump your head.
I'm just gonna-
a little bit,
I'm just going to
bit
blame.
dazed, but
I'm going to
We
blame.
just got him back.
Clearly, my driver was, trying to position us better to attack the rebels. It's their fault, and I'm just angry at them.
Gumby has put up $10 for a driver's training fund.
Fund.
There you go.
I'm gonna lean over to Stapleton and say, "Oh God, I forgot. I actually hate my family.
All right,
It's not all
so
about family."
I hate your family too.
okay, McPherson, you'll be on the left hand, so the top side of the vehicle, and you will have fallen down onto whoever was in the right front passenger seat. So let's say
That was me. That was
Say
me.
Stapleton. Yeah, you've fallen down on top of him. And then Sumuata in the back has fallen down on top of Bennett.
I didn't know we were doing speed dating today either.
Yeah. Hey
But the
Bennett,
top side,
push
you'd
me
be able to
out
just
so I
reach
can
out.
take care of this whatever this is.
Okay, so at least the top of the vehicle has got thick sheet steel, so if they fire at you, it should ping off. All right. So Bennett just stands up, and when he stands up, he basically he has to cower underneath cow down underneath the door. So he opens up the door, and he pokes his head out, and he gets shot at, but they miss him. And he just jumps out of the vehicle.
All right.
Jumping out of the vehicle.
I think McPherson is gonna try and find out where Brown went, and he's gonna crawl out of the gunner's cupola.
Yeah.
I mean, it's open, I
crawl.
guess.
Yeah, it's open. Yeah, there's nobody in the way. You crawl through that. Yeah, you find Brown lying on the ground. He's conscious and intact. He's just like holding this bleeding side of his head, going "ow," and you can see a bunch of gravel in his forehead. So you can see what happened there. It's pretty obvious.
All right.
Sorry about the road rash, Brown.
Okay, after McPherson like goes through the couple and gets out of my way, I kind of like try to pop up through the his door, like standing up like Stu did.
Yeah.
And like
You can do that. You're not a stall, but yeah, you can reach up, open the door, and pull yourself over and up.
Yeah,
I look back to the Humvee. Is the 50 destroyed?
No, it's not destroyed because remember you didn't roll over.
Okay, then I look back.
It's bolted on. It's not. It is bolted on. So it'll only be able to fire in the direction that.
That's fine. I look back at McPherson, pat him on the shoulder. I forgive you. Let's get the track back level if we can. Wait, in relation to the top of the Humvee, if
you are the
back of the Humvee,
the 50 cal is pointing towards the Marines. It's not pointing towards the insurgents. Sorry.
Okay.
I knew that question was coming.
No. My question is like the ring mount and everything pointed towards the insurgents or away from the insurgents?
Like I said, the gun is pointed towards the Marines.
Okay.
In that vague direction, but you probably wouldn't hit anything except civilian buildings.
The reason I'm asking is if I say yell to Stapleton and to Bennett, let's try and rock this thing back on its wheels. Are we going to get shot in the back while we're doing it? So you have answered my question.
Oh, possibly, yes.
I look at Stu and say,
the vehicle is there, and the insurgents are over there, and so you'd be going push, but yeah. But I mean, the insurgents seem to be busy mostly firing at the Marines. They don't seem to be that interested in you at this stage because they, you came burning up and then you rolled your vehicle, so they're like, okay, we can forget about you guys.
So yeah, I look at Stu and say, cheerleader, push me up. So he props me up so I can fire a grenade at the insurgents from the tipped over vehicle window.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was going to do, but okay.
Yeah, Bennett just like grabs your bum and just lifts you up.
I don't care.
With your legs crossed. Yeah.
If he wants to crop a feel, I'm kind of busy right now. We'll have words later.
Oh, sure. I tried that on the C-17 and she slapped me.
I wasn't firing a grenade at the time. I'm distracted.
Yeah, okay. It's all about the mood.
Well,
5 seconds ago, it was all about the family till I flipped the Humvee.
Yeah.
I am blaming the dang it. Sorry about that. I am blaming the insurgents for everything right now. So don't worry.
You should, because they've got reinforcements coming.
Oh, of course they do.
Oh man, we got to blow up a vintage square body. That's cruel, Kyle. That's cruel. What's next? A bus full of orphans? A comic book shop full of low number Spider-Mans and a wood grain OD&D set.
I can already hear collecting chaos bursting a blood vessel somewhere. I can just hear it.
How did it make it across the ocean?
Yeah, there is no penalty for like civilian casualties, but the square bodies.
Precision
needs to
fire,
be-
everyone. Precision fire, single shots.
You lose alignment points.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
Putting
sorry,
a light
but
chart,
it's
and
gonna
I think
go
you
the
guys
whole
are all
thing.
chaotic. You've all become chaotic. I don't know
Yeah.
about evil, but
Ew.
definitely chaotic.
McPherson's gonna motion to Brown to like, let's get behind the Humvee for cover. You know, come on, let's go.
All right. Well, if she's
Obviously,
gonna like,
needs to be a VW21 window bus technical.
so if Sumarada's gonna be like grenading the insurgents, I'm gonna be trying to. I hate to say this, take out the Chevy.
Oh,
I just yell at the insurgents as they're driving towards us. You monsters!
Okay. All right. Who wants to go first? You're out of the main combat, so you don't have to do initiative. and
Okay.
stuff.
I had no sidearm. The gun that I had was the Mod Deuce.
Yeah.
So
Sumawara said she was gonna go before I did, so let's let her go ahead.
Yeah, I'm grenade launching.
I
Okay.
think
So
McPherson's gonna hand off his M4 to Brown, who probably knows how to use it much better than himself. He's gonna just whip out his 9mm, and I'll make myself useful somehow later.
and fire at the Chevy.
Yeah.
Well, that is in the opening credits where you're firing it.
Yeah.
And shoot it. If you get the driver, then eventually the vehicle inevitably rolls over. It's in all the movies.
yeah,
You
There's
know
always
what's going to
a pile of-
happen.
There's always a pile of dirt or a stack of,
If you look
watermelons or
closely-
something, and then they.
yeah. If you look closely, you can see the telephone pole launcher built into the passenger seat.
Or you just let a physician drive.
This is true.
Okay, so firing your grenade launcher. Okay, you are currently under fire. Sorry.
You sound so sad about that too.
Okay, you don't have any weapon proficiency.
That's okay.
Long arm, you will be able to support the long arm. You just have to, rest on top of the concrete barrier. So that's a +1. It's not auto fire. Visibility is clear and bright, so that's not a modifier. So that's +1. It's got a 50-meter range, which is -3, so it'll be a net -3, and you need to get 10+.
Okay.
So you could take time to aim, or you could wait for it to get
yeah.
a bit closer.
I will take time to aim.
Okay. All right. So aiming one action makes it another +1, so it becomes -1, and it goes from being in the 50-meter band to the 25-meter band, so it becomes a net 0. You still need 10+.
Okay.
Zero.
So it's 2d6.
Okay.
Right?
What part of the vehicle or on what person are you aiming? Because you missed
going to
slightly, you still
aim
might hit
for-
something important.
Were you
I'm
going
gonna
for the
aim
Chevy
for
or
the
the
middle of it.
insurgents? Oh, she's going for the Chevy now?
I don't know. What did you say? Some water?
I thought the insurgents, because the rest of them are focusing on the vehicle.
Okay.
Okay. So you're going to try to put it in the back of the pickup.
Yep.
Or through the front windscreen or something.
Yeah. Or the cab,
Yeah, in the cab. Yeah.
It is what it is.
They ride up and there's some music playing in Palmyra. It sounds like rap. Palmyra rap music.
That's just an insult in and of itself. We need to eliminate him.
And
Okay.
hear the notorious B.I.G. rolling in his grave.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
All
I
right.
rolled a
Take your
6 and a
roll. You need 10+.
5.
Roll.
I did a 6
You
and
got
a
5,
5.
did you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I love these dice. I'm going to
All
do
right.
these dice.
So
always.
it goes off. It goes away in a random direction. Roll 1d6. We're looking at X's. 1, 2, 3.
No, she rolled a 6 and a 5.
A 6 and a 5. Oh, I thought she said roll a 5. 6 and a
No.
5. 11.
Yes.
Yeah. So you hit. All right. So it goes in the cab. Kaboom!
Oh.
Look what you made us do.
I was not angry when I came to Frankistan until this moment.
Alrighty, so, all right.
Okay, so
it's a category 2 explosive. So it does 2 wounding throws against everyone within 12 meters, 1 against everyone within 25 meters, and it does an additional 1 to anyone who's like at the point blank, so to speak, at the ground zero, so to speak. So you do 3 wounding throws against the guy in the cabin, and it's another 1 if he's in a confined space. So he gets 4 wounding throws.
Yeet.
So do 4 wounding throws, D6, D6.
Okay. So 4 of those.
I want to do it just
Okay.
on the off, that 1 in a million that he's still alive afterwards, because that would be hilarious.
Okay. Okay. So 4 of them.
Yeah.
A 1, a 1, a 1, and a 5.
A 1 and a 1. Okay, so it's a mortal head wound.
So there's 3
And a
ones
1
and
and
a
a
5.
5.
it's another
Say
head
again?
wound.
Yeah, so just do D6, D6. So the first one's a mortal head
Okay.
wound. The
All right.
second one is
6 and a 3.
3. Okay, a minor wound on his leg. And the third,
Okay. A 1 and a 1.
that's another mortal head wound.
It's all that payback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fourth one,
A 6 and a 1.
a 6 and a 1, and his leg. So it must have landed next to his leg and then gone off. And the top of the vehicle blows out with a little burst of dust and noise, and you no longer see his head. Okay, the 3 guys on the back, they will take 2 wounds each. Well, the first one will take 3 because the explosion is channeled by the cab towards him. So the first one will take 3. So you do roll your 3 wounds on him.
3, a 6, and a 5.
3, a 6, and a 5. So that'll be his right arm, his leg, and his other leg. Yep. And then roll for the level of effect.
Is that 2 or 3?
It's just 1. So
Oh,
with
just
each
1,
wounding
okay.
matrix, so really you've just got, I don't know if you're looking at the moment, but
Okay.
yeah, you've got
It's a 5.
you've got the chart, and it's a
It's a 5.
D6 D6 thing for the
Okay.
first number is the location, the second number is the severity.
Okay.
So it's a minor wound, and then the second wound was
A 5.
a 5. Yeah, that's another minor wound, and the third wound
A 4.
a 4. Okay, and that's another minor wound. And nonetheless, he's got multiple minor wounds in his trunk and his lower leg, so he falls down. Okay, the 2 guys behind will take 2 wounds each. So this time just do D6, D6. So tell me like 1, 4, 3, 6 or whatever.
4, 6.
4, 6. Okay, a minor wound on his arm and his second wound.
A 1 and a 4.
1 and a 4. Severe wound to his head. Yep, so he'll go down. And the third guy,
A 6 and a 6.
6 and a 6. It's his minor wound to his left leg and second wound.
3 and a 6.
3 and a 6. Okay, a minor wound to his right arm. So yeah, both his arms are injured in that. So the guy in the cab is just pulp. He's pink mist. The cabin is open now and burning. The 2 of the 3 guys on the back have fallen down, and you can't see them amongst the flames. And the third guy has fallen off the back of the vehicle, and he's riding around the ground screaming.
But does the body of the driver, does the weight of his foot just push fully down on the accelerator now?
Or is that the leg that was blown off?
Well, I have to find out until the second shot. I believe that there was a second shot, or is that going to the guys around the hotel? Somebody else was firing. Someone else was firing the grenade launcher. Yeah.
That would be me. Considering she took care of the truck, I will try to.
Well, you're acting
land-
simultaneously, and so you had already said that you were going to fire at which.
All right. Overkill.
Okay.
Is
So
there
you don't
really
have
such a
grenade
thing
launchers.
in battle?
No, there isn't. Nobody said, I wish I hadn't fired so many rounds. Yeah, you've got a sight rifle and handgun, but you don't have grenade launcher. So, yeah. So Stapleton, you'll be at the same net 0.
Okay.
Need 10 plus.
Oh, nope. Only 8.
Okay, so you roll d6 for direction, 1 being far, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. D6 for the direction of how far it went off.
2.
2. Okay, so it went to the right rear.
Okay.
Relative to you, and then roll 2d6 for how many meters off.
8.
8. So it went 8 meters off to the side. Look, boom. So it still would have. The guy, as he falls out of the truck, he cops some more wounds, and which we won't bother rolling.
You pulverize him.
He gets full of shrapnel as he falls out of the truck.
I hate to do that to a square body, but they were playing Vanilla Ice.
In Palmyra. Alrighty, so that's dealt with, and then there's a vehicle roll. The vehicle rolls on for another few meters and then stops with the cabin burning, crackling. You smell leather burning as well. You think it had been reupholstered at some point.
Oh no!
Yeah. In my head, with all the stuff that's going on, I'm thinking, I wonder if any of the guys who do car restos on YouTube would want to handle this one. If I can get it home.
All right. So the guys at the hotel, they'd been expecting backup, and they see it's not coming. So one of them pulls out it. You see a couple of RPGs come out.
Oh God!
The Marines are visually firing back at them. They're kind of in a standoff where they're firing back at, and neither of them is hitting each other much. Because normally by this stage, the quick reaction force would have arrived from the airfield, but they're a bit busy at the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to ruin their day. Say, Kyle, I have an AR and I haven't done anything this round.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to introduce.
Teach those terrorists to pick a Chevy over a Ford.
I'll teach those terrorists to use a Chevy as a human shield is what I'll do. All right, so 2D plus 1. Okay, so I have the heavy weapons familiarity. I don't have the AR familiarity. Am I getting anything else? Readiness isn't adding into that, is it? Or is it?
No. Readiness is like surprise and initiative.
Okay. I thought so. It's just it's been
and
a minute.
It's also how many actions you get in the round, combat round.
Okay. 11.
11. Yeah. So you'll hit somebody.
So RPG guy.
Yep. So
1.
1 moving. Yep.
5. Minor head wound.
5. Minor head wound. Yeah.
Plap. Excuse me. Second shot.
You have his attention.
Second shot misses, but hopefully he's less shooty at. So
it's a minor wound. You strike him, and like the round actually just lands in a bit of concrete next to his head, but a bit of bits of concrete fly out and hit him in the head, and he's ow! And he ducks behind the concrete now.
But he's not RPGing at the moment, and that's a good thing.
No, but his RPG round is poking up over the edge of the concrete because he had it there and he was about to fire it. Okay, yeah, so you've got readiness too, so you've got a second action there, Brown.
I'm going to shoot at the RPG round.
Oh.
Okay, so that'll be a let's see. All right, so because it's a very small target. Normally, if you aim at a body location, it's like -2. So let's see.
It's about the size of a hand, so -2.
Yeah. Let's see. You got familiarity +1. Long arm supported, so makes it +2. You've got a scope, but it's just like a 2x scope or whatever, just the standard on M4s or whatever.
Reflex.
+3. It's 50 meters away, so it makes it a net 0. So it's a net -2. You need to do a raw roll of 12.
Okay, well, I mean, I can't see him. You said he ducked back down, right?
That's right.
Okay, all right. So this is the lot, and there was only one RPGer.
No, well, there's others, but you can't change targets at this stage.
Okay, all right, that's fine. That's fine. Crom,
Let's see
I've
that
never seen you
money
before.
roll.
I have no tongue for it. Grant me one wish. Grant me revenge. Nope, not today.
Oh,
All right, the round.
Well, you don't know what it could be today, just not at this moment.
But do I not have a second pull of the trigger on my second action?
You already had the second action. Your first action was to shoot him, and your second action was to shoot at his RPG.
Okay, but I hit him twice the first. Okay, never mind. All right. My misunderstanding. All right, let's move on.
You've only had 2 rolls. You get 2 rolls, or one movement and 2 rolls. One movement and a roll, or 2 movements or 2 rolls.
Well, hopefully he doesn't realize that I just shot at his RPG, and he'll keep it sticking up there like a dope.
Is there are there any injured Marines?
Well, they're off that way. They're off
you
to
gonna go
one
drive
side.
over them?
No.
You would have to make your way under fire over to them if there are any, because basically, so you've got your intersection here, right? It's a
Yeah.
a 4-way intersection.
Okay.
They're on one side. The insurgents and their burning vehicle are on the other side of the intersection, and you've come up at right angles to that, and the road continues on the other side. Scattered throughout this intersection are all the concrete barriers. Okay, so the insurgents are basically have been trying to make their way across the intersection to get into the green zone,
Okay. And we've landed
where they'll only have to
between them.
only have to deal with Frankistan National Defence Force guys. So if you want, you'd have to make your way diagonally across, taking cover behind.
I couldn't run
concrete
just
barriers.
straight along with the our.
You can go full pelt and just be indifferent to being under fire and stuff if you want to. Yeah.
And you said there was a second RPG somewhere, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you've just got glimpses of it, like when you pop your head around the corner of all the concrete barriers and stuff.
I think
There's 2.
It
It looks like there's about half a dozen guys still up and firing.
How far away is this?
You know these insurgent groups operate in teams of 4 usually. So they'll usually be like something like one RPG guy and his sidekick, and then a couple of guards for them, or one radio guy and a supporter and a couple of guards for them, and so on.
So it sounds like
So they tend to operate in teams of 4. So there seem to be 6. So like on that technical that you took out, there was a driver and then there was the 3 guys on the back. So it's a team of 4. So with this team guy of 6, there were either 12 or 8 before, and now they've been whittled down.
Okay. So
there's
how
only
far
4
away
Marines on the gate though.
Okay. How far away is this other RPG team?
Well, it's across an intersection, so it's about 25 meters.
Okay. That sounds like within hand grenade range, right?
Yeah, it depends on your strength and stuff, but yeah, you could give it a go.
Sure. Yeah, I'd like to give it a go. Lob a nade over there.
Alrighty. Just remember, if you can see them and shoot at or throw things at them, they can see or shoot at you.
True. Okay. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. What's one more whiff today?
All right, 25 meters. -2.
Okay.
And luckily, you don't have to be super accurate with hand grenades. So,
Well, does a 4 hit?
No,
hits,
even
the important thing, Bill, is it hits something.
Something.
Right, I suppose. Does it hit
Well,
something?
was it a raw roll of 4?
No, it was 6, but
Oh,
the -2 brings it down.
Oh, okay, good. Because otherwise, it would have been a stoppage, and you fumble it. And
That would have been
All
bad.
That would have been very bad.
Yeah. All righty.
I think I'd be meeting my much hated family in a different in a nice wooden box.
All righty. Throw. Throw for the random direction, rather.
Oh,
So
okay.
1d6.
Okay. You got it.
So misses are 1d6 meters away in a random
You
direction.
got a 1.
A 1. Okay, so you throw a bit far. How far? 1d6 meters.
All right, you got it. 5.
5 meters. Well, fortunately, fragmentation grenades do 1 wounding throw against everyone within 6 meters, not under cover.
Ooh.
So you hurt him anyway. Okay, so roll for the wounds. It's just if you got it on target, you would have done 2 wounding throws.
One.
Sure.
All
All right. We got a 1
Oh,
And
and a 6.
And a 6. Okay, minor
Yeah, I
wound.
mean, it's something. It's something better than nothing.
it's ahead.
It's an explosion behind him. Okay. Now, you don't know the layout of these guys, but I do, so you need 2 more wounding throws.
Ooh. All right. All right. Let's
There
go.
were 2 more guys within 6 meters.
There
You
you
got a
go.
6 and a 4.
One only might be hurt. Okay, 6 and a 4. Okay, he's not in fact hurt. Because so the way cover works is if, like for example, me behind this desk, if you get a wounding attack on one of my legs, I don't get hurt because the
Okay,
desk
gotcha.
protected me.
The last one
So
is a
yeah, if
1
you're
and a
behind a
4.
concrete barrier and only your head's up, you have to get a headshot to be able to wound the person.
Mm.
Okay, and then the third one,
1 and a 4.
1 and a 4. Okay, so that's a severe wound on somebody's head. So yeah, 2 guys get hit in the head, and they go ow, and they duck down. 1 probably won't be getting up.
I did something right for once, guys. I did something right.
the universe is listening.
That's exactly where you were aiming the grenade, right?
Right. Meant to do that.
In the words of Han Solo, great kid, don't get cocky.
Alrighty. Time for a morale check amongst the insurgents, I reckon. Back to the base. Alrighty. You see you see a radio wire go up. So similar water, you think this is one of the older type radios that they've got locally, and you see that pop up from behind a concrete barrier. You don't see anyone visible, but you do see the thing moving around, so there's obviously somebody manipulating it. So you suspect they're probably getting on the radio to ask for instructions.
Do I still see the RPG poking up, Kyle?
Yes.
I am going to careful aim and take a shot.
Yeah.
When it's my turn. I'm just saying. When it's my turn, just let me know.
Bound and determined to pull off this trick shot, folks.
I would not hate that.
Make your roll. Make a trick shot.
What is
All right.
Stu doing in all of this?
Oh God.
Then you can't see him at the moment.
Oh no.
All right.
It's the
So
worst kind of not knowing.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
does careful aim it gains me a +1, right?
Yep.
Okay. So here we go. Nope. So I careful aimed and I missed I'll keep doing it. As long as I see an RPG poking up, I'm going to keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So just for the next round, I'm just letting you know.
Yep.
Can the grenade reach the antenna approximately? The grenade launcher?
The grenade launcher, yes. Can you come closer to your phone or laptop or whatever, please? But yes, it can. It can fire like 200, 300 meters or something.
Okay. I'm gonna aim for that little antenna.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going on the canyon run here.
Use the
Alrighty.
force, Sumawata.
That's a
You do see a couple of hands while the antenna's up. You see a couple of hands come up and lob grenades towards the Marines.
Well, I can't do a thing about that, so
Whoa.
I'm
So one goes
for the antenna.
Yeah, one goes wide to the right, so it just goes off harmlessly down the street. And but the other one seems to hit. And a moment after that, you hear a second explosion. So you hear the first explosion, and you hear a couple of Marines scream, and you hear a second explosion a moment after that.
Oof.
Ouch.
All right, so take your shot
Okay.
at the take your grenade launcher shot.
I got 2 4s. 8.
8. Okay, so that's 25 meters away. You supported +1. Okay, so that'll be a miss, and that's a miss. So roll for the direction of the miss.
And that's a single.
You can still
D6.
scatter back onto them, so don't give up hope.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a 5.
It's a 5. Okay, so it goes to their rear and then the left, the slight left, because it's a hex. It's like 1, 2, 3 clockwise. So it's rear to their left. And D6 times 4. You miss it by
Times 4?
meters.
Okay. Okay. 2 2s, a 4, and a 6.
No, sorry. Just a single D6
Oh.
and then multiply it by 4.
Oh, okay. Sorry. That's a 6, so 24.
Yeah, 24 meters. So it goes 24 meters. You take out the hotel lobby.
Oh no!
Bummer.
So if there was anyone still in the hotel lobby, they might not be anymore.
Please tell
You'll
me that
hear
didn't get
about
the bar.
The one bar that Stapleton frequents.
Okay. Yep. While this is going,
another hand grenade sails out from the side of the Marines, and it goes towards the squad of Righteous Fury guys.
when I see the hands go up to hurl like the grenades at the Marines, I just do spray automatic at them, because the theory being, if they don't have fingers, they can't shoot.
Yeah, well, remember, automatic fire acts as suppressing fire in that everyone loses the level of readiness. So if you only have one readiness, and remember, readiness is how many actions you're getting around. If you only have one readiness, it means you can't do anything unless a leader steps up and starts giving you instructions.
Okay, then I'll just.
That's why when you were at that customs checkpoint with the regular police and they came under fire, they didn't do anything until one of you started giving them orders.
Ah. Okay.
All right. So if you come under automatic fire, or if 3+ people are doing single shots in your direction, if you've just got, you lose a level of readiness. You become like an ordinary civilian, then go until somebody goes, "Get up! Come on, lads!"
Okay. Then I will do that. I'll just spray auto in their general area.
Yep. Yeah. And you won't hit anything because they're all undercover at the moment. They seem to be on the radio figuring out what's happening.
But they'll lose their action.
Yeah. So another hand grenade comes sailing out from the direction of the Marines off towards the squad of Righteous Fury guys, and it misses. It lands to the left in the hotel area. and you hear Bennett call out profanities.
I am taking my shot, Kyle.
Okay, take your shot.
Careful aim, firing at RPG.
Yep.
Not this time. Getting closer. I am getting closer. I really wish he'd stop moving around. Blow a little dust off the reflex sight.
All right.
It's your
The
leg.
antenna comes down.
Mm.
And you hear lots of the antenna comes down, and the insurgent fire eases off, and you hear lots of shouting on the other side.
Damn it! Of course.
I'm gonna do another grenade launcher. See if I can do better. I mean, I've already cleared
Bloop.
out what's behind him.
Yeah. Who was behind them? Yeah.
Bloop.
Make your roll.
A 6 and a 3, so 9.
9. Okay. Let's see. Supported aiming. 25 meters. Oh, that'll actually just hit. You were aiming at the antenna guys?
I am.
Yeah. Okay. So
That call has been disconnected.
Number is no longer in service.
okay. Make 3
Please hang
wounding
up and try
throws.
again.
Just for the lols, make 3 wounding throws. Remember, D6. Report
Okay.
them one at a time.
A 3, a 3, and a 6.
No. D6. So just like
Oh,
3,
just
3,
2 of them?
6,
Okay,
6, 1, 2, whatever.
Okay. A 5 and a 5.
5 and a 5. Yep. Right leg. And the next one.
1, 1, 1.
A 4 and a 3.
Yeah. That'll be another one on the arm. One on the arm.
And a 2 and a 3.
2 and a 3. So, that's a mortal wound on the trunk. So somebody's dying horribly. Ah, gurgle. And you like that. And there'll be another couple of guys nearby who'll take a couple of wounding throws, but we won't worry about them at the moment. You see 4 guys get up and run down the road away from the Marines. The Marines are not firing at the moment.
I'd love to get that Kyle Schwant, death scream as my text tone on my phone. Gurgle, gurgle, every time you get a text. I'm telling you, it'd be great.
What movie was it? It was some movie or TV series where the guy had the sound of gunfire for his phone calls. If anyone rang him up, everyone around would say, "Oh, what?" Can't remember what it was. Anyway,
Since there was spraying and spraying auto over them to get rid of their action, am I still spraying at them as they're running away?
if you wish to, yes.
All right.
I'll take 2 unaimed shots since my beloved RPG is no longer there.
Okay.
You go ahead. So, Jason.
Roll to 7. Roll to 7 plus 1 for expertise. Not expertise, familiarity.
Yeah. So it's 8, 25 meters away. 6. Yeah, that's a miss.
I'm still in the popped up from the side of the Humvee, so I'm kind of stationary.
Yeah. You're missing.
That'd still be a miss.
Yeah. Anyone else shooting at these poor guys running away?
Shot number 1 is a miss. Shot number 2
Hit it.
is an shot number 2 is almost a jam.
Ooh.
Already, they go running off down the street and they disappear amongst all the buildings and that.
Yeah.
McPherson would like to take this time to.
Bennett calls over. We need a medic over here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna run now that the fire's kind of calmed down. I'm gonna run across the road.
I'm gonna leave the medic to the medicing. I'm gonna go over to where they were. Any of them down and still breathing?
Yes, there are some. Yeah.
No,
I'm
not for long.
flashing the peace symbol at him.
Oh, God.
Okay, you give the remaining ones the coup de grace. All right,
Mhm.
thus committing war crimes. But anyway, okay.
What do you got? What do you guys think is more critical to check on, the UN folk or the truck?
Well, the UN guys were behind their vehicle. They're all pretty now. They're all pretty fine. Okay, some of them are a little bit concussed, but they're all pretty fine, and they're looking after each other.
All
The
right.
Marines, on the other hand, the 4 Marines on their side, 2 of them are down and badly wounded.
Okay, I'll head over to the Marines then.
Yeah, there's one or two minor bullet wounds amongst the 4, but the 2 they took a grenade hit basically.
Oh. Man, I am blonde. Okay.
Oh, 1-800 now
I'm
arc
blind.
lines. All right.
So one of the Marines, it's going up, and Bennett comes along and he says, "I'll help you." And one of the Marines is bleeding out through his neck. And while he's bleeding out through his neck, he keeps staring at Bennett, and he keeps trying to raise his hand or whatever. And you're not paying too much attention because you're trying to stop him from bleeding out. You're getting it, you're putting pressure on and all the rest. And he's sort of gasping or whatever, and he's looking right into Bennett's eyes, and yeah, he bleeds out and he dies.
Oh. Sad face.
All right.
Second one is severely wounded. You can by a trunk wound, you can attempt to treat him.
Sure. Yeah. I'd love to.
Stabilize him. Yeah, go for it.
Right. 2d6, right? With the
2D. Yep.
Plus 1 for.
It's just first aid. Yeah. Yep. For your physician, you need 12 plus. Right, sorry, I'm looking at mortal wounds. Severe
Apparently,
wounds.
I'm a horrible physician. Jason, are you just rubbing off this dice stuff onto me? Because I got a 9 total.
Dude, we're nowhere actually physically near each other. How is it
True.
possible?
I know.
Well, sometimes it's not your skill. I mean, part of the random roll is it a wound that you can actually help? In paramedics, apparently they have the term injuries incompatible with life. So sometimes you just couldn't help them. That's what the dice roll is. Anyway, this guy's severely wounded. You don't manage to stabilize him. But he'll still have 2d6 plus his health. He's still going to have several hours. So as long as he gets to a trauma hospital in the next several hours, so you can put him on your vehicle and then and just go straight off to the hospital in the green zone.
Yeah.
To that, Stapleton, let's grab the Pioneer tools and the jack and see if we can roll this thing back on its wheels.
On it.
Okay. You'll be able to do that. It'll go clunk, and the suspension might be a bit wrecked, but yeah, you'll be able to do that. It takes you a little while, and as you're doing it, a convoy of Marines rolls up. The Quick Reaction Forces finally finished dealing with what was going on at the airfield, and they come rolling up. That's about 15 minutes later. So yeah, they definitely needed you guys here. With what was happening, without you guys here, they would have been overwhelmed because there was only 4 guys at the post. So they come rolling up and they secure the checkpoint, so you won't have to guard it or anything. And then you can go off to the base hospital, which at the moment is the only medical care available because you won't be able to fly anyone out for a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll grab the injured and the deceased and take them over there, so they get treated and they get their honors. They've earned it.
Alrighty. So you do that, and then that's the session.
Hey.
Hey, and Zach B. I'm not going to murder your last name, my friend. Just rolled up on us. We are in hot and dusty Frankistan trying to fight some insurgents this evening, and I think it's. I'm willing to call it a draw.
Well, no, that particular one was a victory. That checkpoint was a victory. The airport, not so much, but the airport certainly could have gone worse, though, if they'd taken out these aircraft.
We did stop them from dropping the bridge, too.
They desecrated a square body.
Exactly.
Right.
That was the cruelest blow.
Well, welcome back to Frankistan, guys. I'm sorry
Yeah.
the driving was just not on point today. Usually that family one, that family line, I can just swerve real
Oh,
good.
yeah. If you'd had the 50 cal working, you would have shredded the guys. But the grenade launchers did it instead. So
See, it's the problem is like you did the family line, but then you tried to pull a Tokyo Drift, and it just did not work.
You were
Right.
crossing too many streams there.
That's the one movie out of continuity.
Drift.
well, I hope you guys had fun with it.
That was
Oh, yeah,
great. That was
definitely.
great.
Right
Thanks
on.
for
So
running that, Kyle.
that was the penultimate. One can only wonder what the ultimate, or was this the last of the conflict series, Kyle?
Second last. There's one more session.
Oh, we got one more.
Boy.
So we have a welcome back.
The,
Drink all your potions.
Squad of
use them
Righteous Fury.
on-
The Squad of Righteous Fury have got one more round in the chamber.
All right.
Man,
One
I
more
like
trick-
that.
trick
That
up the sleeve.
pops. I love that. The Squad of Righteous Fury has one more round in the chamber. That is,
I feel a stream title coming on, don't you, Bill?
Yeah.
yeah. Have to work. I may actually get somebody to do up some nice thumbnail art for us for that. But that was a heck of a good game, Kyle. That was a lot of fun.
Thank you. Glad you
Indeed.
liked it.
A banger, as they say.
As the kids say.
So,
And thanks for having me over,
Say-
guys. I do
oh, you're quite
appreciate it.
welcome, Bill. Thank you for continuing to hang out with us, and best of luck with the channel, dude. I saw the announcement again. Everybody, Pete Minnie's live on YouTube. Throw Bill a subscription, please. Let's get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. You need to get those numbers up. No, seriously, let's get you there because a rising tide.
Three times.
A rising tide does lift all boats, and we appreciate it. We appreciate Kyle, and I appreciate you guys, folks. If you haven't already, please do click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications, and you can see all kinds of cool stuff like this.
We also got some
Something's
super
going to be back
chats.
on Friday. We're going to be playing some Gamma World on Friday with her and our Gamma World crowd. Tonka Todd, I saw you wave earlier, and I'm seeing you wave now. Hey. And I think that's going to do it. Any closing thoughts, anyone?
I mean, it was a blast. So I'm
It
excited.
was a good time.
Yeah, the
As it
was a
insurgents
good
pretty
time.
thought so.
I just
Particularly not the ones who are ordered combat. And
1 in 36 chance I had to make that. What, Kyle? Do I have to pay to see the cards, or would it have gone off if I had pranged that RPG nose cone?
yeah, it would have gone off. Just for the rule of cool.
Oh,
I mean,
so
does
close
an
and so
RPG
far
really
away.
go off if you shoot at it? I don't know. Probably not. But it's
Probably.
cool. So I would have said yes.
I mean, honestly, fingers crossed you get that RPG shot in
Maybe.
next session.
Maybe Lord Corion will get his Dragon ATGM launcher, but that's up to Kyle. I'm going to put the kids here to bed, everybody, and we're going to roll some closing credits. But do join us tomorrow when we have Tim Imholt. He is an author. He is a physicist. He is just an all-around Renaissance kind of guy, and we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about literacy. We're going to talk about Wizards of the Coast and their financial illiteracy and all kinds of fun stuff. But until then, watch out for bears with RPGs, bears in RPGs, and owl bears in general. I love you all. Good night. And that
Night,
one's
peeps.
Sappy. Peace.
Awesome.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Make it as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the